Welcome, faculty. Today you will be presented with late-breaking news involving multimedia, hypermedia, and distance learning in the classroom. So please buckle up, because you're in for the ride of a lifetime. So let's begin. What is multimedia? Multimedia is used to engage students to construct and convey knowledge. Let's take a look at some examples. This student is using a smartboard. This interactive electronic whiteboard is great for demonstrations. The board can also accommodate different learning styles. One computer classrooms can maximize the use of limited computer access. The boards are clean and attractive tools. Students with limited motor skills can enjoy the board's use. You might find that your classroom learning environment can be amplified with the use of a mic. Students and teachers can use wireless microphones with surround sound to make even the meekest voices sound as robust and clear as an American Idol. The mics just don't make words louder, they boost attention and test scores, and can add an element of fun in the classroom. Computers are a tool that every classroom should have. Whether you're creating a PowerPoint as a game show review, or you have students complete a written classroom assignment as if it was online, computers are a necessary element in a classroom. What is hypermedia?
My students are so bored with my everyday classroom instruction. They say I'm old school using paper, pencil, and books.
You have to spice up learning. This is the age of technology. Have you ever thought of using hypermedia in your classroom?
Isn't that a lot of work? I don't know what it would look like in my classroom.
It's actually quite easy and your students will love it once they get started. Hypermedia gives students the power to think and create projects using technology tools that keep them engaged and focused on what they are doing.
What type of tools do the students use? Can I use the same tools for instruction?
Of course you can. It's great for teachers and students. You can present online lessons or web quests for your students to follow using websites like WebPaint, Wikispaces, PBWorks or WordPress, just to name a few. Students can use these same sites to create their projects. They can also use Blogster, Extranormal and Animoto to create and save their work online. The bottom line is that with hypermedia, students can take that paper and make it digital in their own way and style and take ownership in the learning process.
Wow! It sounds by using hypermedia I'll be the cool new school teacher who knows how to make learning fun for the students. I will definitely be integrating it into my lessons. Are there any issues I need to know about before I start?
Just a few. First, you have to make sure the websites you want your students to go to are accessible. Our school district filter is still not open to let students on all sites. If you run into that problem, you will need to email the tech department, so please check all your websites before you want your students to access them. Second, make sure you or the technology facilitator checks the computer for software updates. Many of the newer websites require updates that some of the computers in the building don't have. The last thing I would warn you about is students and plagiarism. There is such a wealth of information online for students to use and they will use it by copying and pasting. Always double-check their work and remind them they can't just copy and paste someone's work, they have to put it into their own words and then cite the source.
Sounds like a lot. Will I be able to do this?
Of course you will. You have a lot of resources here in the school. Collaborate with other teachers and always remember, you are not in it alone.
Ooh, let's get started.
What is distance learning? Let's travel to Egypt to see how pyramids are formed. Or maybe we can go to Jamestown to see the first permanent English settlement. With distance learning, kids can travel across the world with a couple of clicks of a button. Virtual field trips, class web pages, and web quests are different ways to incorporate distance learning in your classroom. With distance learning, group projects and presentations have a whole new meaning. Take a look at this chart. This is how you could use multimedia, hypermedia, and distance learning in your classroom. These are only a few examples.